Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Charlie, and this video is super fun and super cool because I get to talk about something that I'm not... Now that that's out of the way, we can move on to this guy right here. Now, I've wanted one of these for a really long time, and I've never justified spending the money on it until now. It is the DJI Mini 2. This thing is really compact, like really like Subway sandwich small. It's amazing, and it fits into this little bag, which is it's not a very big bag, which means that you can take it everywhere, and I have. So I guess we could start with, why did I pick the DJI Mini 2 over the other offerings they have? Because they obviously have a few other drones bigger and arguably better in the Mavic line. Well, it really came down to price. So for what I want to do, starting a YouTube channel and getting some drone footage, just cool drone footage, you know, I did want to spend $2,000 on a Mavic Pro. So I started looking at the Air and I thought, this thing is still really expensive and all I want is just like 10 seconds of B-roll. And after doing my research for the Mini 2, I thought this might be perfect for what I want to use it for. It's a really low-cost solution to getting quality drone footage in such a compact form. I mean, this thing literally will fit in anything. It will go with you wherever you want to. Just to kick things off with a few of the specs that you probably already know about is that this thing weighs under 250 grams. It has a flight time of over 30 minutes and it shoots in 4K, and it retails for $450. And that pretty much sums up the whole reason why I bought it. I bought the Fly More combo kit, which comes with your standard DJI controller, 3 batteries and a charger. So there you have an hour and a half of flight time, and all this is literally just like that. It's just this. You can fit this just in a glove box, you can fit this in the bag, you can throw it in the trunk and cubby holes and pockets and all kinds of stuff, and it goes everywhere with you. And it's extremely easy to fly. Now, this doesn't have the same kind of safety sensors that some of the bigger drones have, and there's kind of a trade-off with that, but that's what the price difference is for. I mean, you could literally crash this thing 4 times and still have less money in it than a kitted out Mavic Pro 2. And just like its bigger brothers, the reason why it's so compact is because it has these really trick folding arms. It's just cool. And it is really light. It's extremely quiet too, which is another thing flying in my neighborhood. It's nice to be able to just toss this thing out there. And once you get up about like 20 feet, it's just totally, you can't even tell that it's there. There's really not a whole lot to the body of the drone. It's got an SD card slot, a USB-C port, and your battery compartment. And it has one button on the bottom that's used to set up some of the things. I didn't even have to use it to set the drone up out of the box, so it's just an LED light. It does have one sensor on the underside to keep you from crashing into the ground, but you just really want to be careful. The only real downside I saw to this drone, as opposed to the bigger ones, were the lack of sensors. It makes you think a little bit more cautiously when you're flying it around. But that's enough of the stuff that you guys already know. So now we're gonna take it outside and show you what it's like to fly. I'm ready to go. Now, I'm not gonna get too far into the tech specs. We just wanna take it out for just a few minutes just to fly it, just to show you guys some of the shots you can get as a complete beginner like I am. It makes it super easy. It's super easy to fly, and you can get some awesome footage for this tiny drone. I think we might have found a pretty cool spot up here. So this may not be the first thing you want to try when you get this, but we're gonna fly over some water because it makes for great shots. It looks super cool, and it's really easy to make it look like you know what you're doing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing. Looks like a pretty cool spot. It's a little windy, but surprisingly, even with this wind and how small it is, it's really great and really stabilized. Can't forget your phone. Now, this is one thing that as a new pilot, you're gonna wanna really be careful with. And just because you don't have to register this drone, it doesn't mean that you can abide by no laws. You still have to follow all the FAA's laws and regulations. So before you fly this guy, make sure that you check with your local laws that you're flying in a space that's legal. Thankfully, the DJI app makes it really convenient and easy to tell whether or not you're allowed to fly where you're at. If it's a restricted zone, it just won't even let you take off. So that's super helpful. But they also have things called authorization zones, which just means that you have to vouch for the fact that you can legally fly there and you take responsibility for what happens.